Mm. Good morning. Uh, and I mean, good morning. A lot of you are probably asleep, getting ready for Monday after this long weekend. But I felt it in my spirit to do another post, and I want to do this because my passion sometimes boils over to anger, and it's not that. It's it's about the longing for solutions. It's about wanting something so passionately that you you want to put everything you have into it, which sometimes it comes out the wrong way. Now, even though a lot of you were you gave me thumbs up for that last post, that's not something that I am walking away from, but it's something that I feel I need to add to. First off and foremost, I'm at a loss for why it is so difficult for some of the urban communities to support and work together. It seems that envy and jealousy is something that we just don't know how to control in our own lives and our own bodies, which is sad because it it does not support who we are as a whole and as a people. And what I mean by that is simply this. Okay, I was down on 30th, I believe, or it wasn't Superior. I think it was Payne in that area there, where there is I believe it's a Chinese community, and I was looking at just in uh, a few years how they built up that area where they have different shops. They have professions from attorneys, little clinics, and everything. Right in that community, they created a community where they support each other. That dollar circulates and it circulates. And what I also noted, there was no duplication of any one business. If there was a need for herbs or groceries, there was a grocery store and there was herbs and different things that they can go to. They understood the value of supporting that business. We have not been able to do that in all these years. I am at a loss. And then when we do have someone with a vision or the strength to actually accomplish these things, that's when the envy and the jealousy comes in, and we attack and we attack. I'm tired of attacking. It's something that I don't want. How can we find a way to work with one another? It was never my desire to become a politician. It is my desire to support my community, my youth, my seniors, and just to make a difference, a positive difference. I'm born that way. It's not something that I have to pretend to do. It's in my DNA. I've been this way all of my life. I've been in different places where I've had people come up to me and they said, Mr. Lane, everything you showed, taught, and said to me, it was accurate. I started my business, blah, blah. A lot of times I don't even know who these people are because I give and then I just let it go because it's something that I enjoy doing. I like serving individuals. Now, let's talk about Maple Heights in a different way. Maple Heights has the possibility, the opportunity to be that great community if we can find a way to set aside our petty differences and work together. We do have a mayor, and let me clarify something. This woman does not need help when it comes to going out, getting the different services, getting the different things. She knows what she's doing. But when she brings these services back for no other reason than a lot of the envy, the jealousy, she has to struggle to push it through I'll cancel. That's just one of the minor reasons that I'm running. I believe that I can be that person to try to reach across that table and to get them to understand the possibility of a community where our dollar can actually circulate. We have all of the tools. Have clean community, a vibrant community. I noticed that in the urban community, if you say something about dropping paper, we get offended. If you say something about parking your car on the line, we get offended. If you say something about leaving your garbage can out too long, we get offended. How many of you out there really want a community that you can be proud of? It's obvious that a lot of you do, because you'll leave this community and go somewhere else where those things are occurring and pay a crazy amount, get in debt for something that you can have right here in Maple Heights. Listen, I'm running because I want to build a home in this city. I'm running because I believe in our youth. I want a city where young businesses, young professionals can come and set up little coffee shops and little bistros. And there's a community that supports our kids. We have programs for our seniors. Now, don't get this wrong. I'm at an age in my life where I'm good. I've been hearing different things about I want to go higher into this political arena. I'm not young enough to do that. One, and two, I have no desire right now to do any of that. I definitely do not want the role that our mayor has, to get the attacks that she has, to get the belittling, the way that they talk about her for all the good that she does. She carries a burden. I want to try to help her. I want to assist her as much as I can, but I have no desire in becoming her. I tip my hat to her because that's a woman that is very, very strong, but it's also a burden for her, and I know it. Our city council, we have certain individuals on there that they have to go to another career. It's time. Look, we've had the same problem where I hear it in our community, but we refuse to do anything about it, where they have a certain lock on certain individuals that vote for them, not because they see the change, it's because they believe the lies a lot of times. And I'm not saying that these are bad people. I understand that Councilman Stinnett is a deacon in a church or whatever. That's fine. But he is locked into one area of politics where he believes and he follows. A good leader leads, they do not follow. AG, she understands how to serve people, but she is so old school that she don't understand that this is a community that should welcome all, and it does not have to be a dictatorship where only her opinion is valued. She has caused this council more trouble. She, I believe, is the head of this whole movement to do absolutely nothing but control city council and the city and the administration. This is not an attack on her. This is data and the truth and proof from seeing firsthand. I have no desire to hurt anyone, but how do you bring a community together if the council and the city are constantly bickering? We're not here to totally support every whim of the mayor. But as long as it's possible, as long as it's positive, as long as the possibilities are things that's going to uplift the city, why not? She has not failed us. She has a proven track record. How can you argue with that? Let me know. What's the problem? I hear that some people say she's unapproachable. If you had the stress that this woman has, do you truly know what's in her mind? When you're raising a family or you have a business, there are a lot of things that you are thinking about. So sometimes when someone comes up to you, that expression that's on your face is not for that person, is dealing with something that you possibly was thinking about before the person came up to you. But we are such a people that we want everybody to be a certain way when we're ready for them to be that way, but we still want to maintain who we are. Allow that person to be who they are as well. We have a strong leader, and she does not need help from me or anyone else, but she does need help when it comes to that city council as far as getting some of the pressure off of her. She knows and she has an agenda for the city. I've talked to her over and over again, and she wants a vibrant urban city that's prosperous. She wants that. She's concerned and she cares about people. Even when they talk about her, she still cares. I know this woman. So you ask me, why am I running? That's why. Because I have been asked in other communities to get involved in certain politics and I chose not to. But this is different. This is my swan song, so to speak. I'm vested in this community. I'm vested in nearby connecting cities. Of course, I want this to be successful. Of course, I want the best. It's in my nature to serve. So, whether I win or lose, that's totally up to the voters. But I promise you this: if I am fortunate enough, and that if you choose me for the council president, I will work endlessly with our seniors, with our youth, going out bringing different programs along with the mayor, something that individuals in the council should be doing instead of always pushing back on her agenda when it is only for the city and not for herself. She's not trying to take over anything. I beg the citizens of Maple Heights to stop listening to those individuals that you consider friends and to come see firsthand. I beg you to come. Look at the data. Look at some of the information. Check out some of the things that your council people are rejecting. Just don't listen. There was an issue with a fence at the last council meeting about it being electrified. And a lot of us, we don't understand that there are certain policy rules by OSHA and different governments that would not allow an individual to be electrocuted. But we want to take something like that and blow it out of proportion to create a problem for a business that is in our community that helps pays tax dollars to you. That's like working against your own better interest, all because someone has sensationalized something that is totally wrong. We don't get involved. We just listen to other people. That's why our country sometimes is misdirected because there's a hidden agenda where they'll create smoke over here, but the fire is in their own backyard. Listen, I'm begging the citizens of Maple Heights to take the time to read some of the legislation that has been written by your so-called council people in their districts. They throw parties. That's called baiting and switching. That's called disarming, where they will disarm you so that you will not see what their agenda is. That's what got so many cities ruined, where they take the time to listen, but they don't take the time to investigate. Take the time to investigate. See what your local politicians are actually doing. Don't just listen. A knock on the door to see if you are well, that's fine. But does that alone deserve your vote? Take the time to look into our politics. It is truly time to remove some of these people. And for nothing else, just to see if a change is truly possible. Just to see if we can create a community like the one that's down in that area that I just spoke about. Is it truly to your best interest to follow someone because they may knock on your door and just see how you're doing, or they just take something that they know you will remember when it's time to vote for them again, but not work as a whole to create a vibrant and community where resources are available to you 24 hours a day. Look, we're split up in districts here, but this is about the entire city. This is truly about making a difference. This is the only reason that I chose to run. Who else would want to bring this much attention on their lives? This is not about moving any further than right here. And possibly the 4 years after this, there will be change and I can retire, hopefully with a smile on my face, and leave my children something in a community that they can be part of and help create something special in Maple Heights. I'm not going to talk about anybody. I'm just talking about possibilities. And again, our mayor does not need any help when it comes to vision, but she does need a team to help that vision. Thank you. And I just had to come back, and I seemed so angry. And that was not my intent. It's my passion. I just don't understand how someone can attack somebody that has done so much positive, good things in an area that could have possibly have been written off. Thank you. This is Lawrence Lane, and this is why I'm running for council president. Thank you again.